Okay, for scissor over comb, I prefer to use a 7.5-inch scissor and a Hanzo comb. The reason I like the Hanzo comb for scissor over comb is because the spine is the exact same width as the teeth. So you can literally lay the scissor on the comb and the comb on the head for stability. I start in the center and remove weight first. The reason I like 7.5 inches is because it covers the whole flat of the head without having to work across the comb. You can see how quickly it starts to remove the weight. Now, for blending, I could use a regular texturizer, or I could use a 13T. A lot of people are scared of this texturizer, and there's nothing to be scared about. It's about utilizing it in the right way. So if I start to remove that weight, you can see how quickly it blends out my line. The other really nice thing about our texturizers is because they slide through dry hair effortlessly, instead of resting the texturizer on the comb and working like this, as to where every time I lift the blade, it's going to knock some hair back and forth in the comb, I work in circles, grabbing the hair and sliding out each time. Through the top portion where the weight builds the fastest, it removes it so much faster to be able to work in those circular patterns. And you can see how quickly it softens out the line. Then moving to the 14T to finish the blend. I work through and soften it, and it completely removes the line. What a lot of people don't think about is the fact that you can roll our texturizers over. If you have a little line that's a little discouraging, that you can't seem to blend all the way out, when you turn the texturizer over, you're able to lay the flat blade onto the comb and work. Okay, for the tops, I prefer a 6.5-inch scissor. The difference between our HH8 and our HH4 is a little bit of a difference in the gradient of steel, but also the handles are much different. The HH8 has a 15-degree turn on the handle, which allows for me, because I have such large hands, to hook it this way and work. If you have smaller hands, the 30-degree turn of the HH4 and the tang curving towards your hand will make you feel like you have a ton more control. It allows people with small hands to be able to lay the thumb this way and be able to work this way, which gives you a much more precise cut. So I take vertical partings and I start to work that weight line out. Also, I prefer to use our other Hanzo comb with the looser teeth for this part of the work. I feel like I get a little bit more hair a little quicker, and I don't need as much control when I'm working through the top as when I'm working so short through the sides. I feel like the 6.5 is the perfect length through the top for men's cutting or short female cutting. I feel like the 7.5 is just a little bit of overkill. It almost feels like you're swinging a sword through the top of the hair.